The storm over Cindervale Ridge howled like a grieving titan, tearing through banners and rattling the metal bones of the border outpost. Rain fell in molten sheets, heavy, warm, and tinted faintly red from the minerals swirling in the high atmosphere. For most humans, the storm was terrifying. For Commander Rhys Calder, it was familiar. He stood on the observation deck of the outpost, his prosthetic leg humming quietly as the wind slammed against him. He didn't flinch. After 10 years in the human vanguard, and 3 of them spent fighting dragons, it took more than thunder to shake him. But this assignment was different. This was not a battlefield, this was a peace summit, and his mission, for the first time in years, was to protect life instead of ending it. Down below, the thunder groaned again, and a shadow streaked across the sky. A dragon, huge, black-scaled, spiraling downward in a broken, uneven glide. Rhys frowned. Dragons didn't fly like that, not unless they were sick, injured, or dying. He raced to the rail. The dragon hit the landing platform far too hard. Metal screamed. Sparks flew. Guards ducked, and when the smoke cleared, Rhys's breath froze. The creature lying on the deck was not just any dragon. It was her. Lady Caria of the Silver Flame, Dragonkind's youngest diplomat, a legend for her intelligence, compassion, and fierce dedication to peace between humans and dragons. But now, her wings were crushed, her hind legs were limp, her breathing was ragged. She tried to rise and collapsed with a cry that sliced straight into Rhys's spine. "Please," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I cannot walk. Or fly." The guards retreated in fear. The medics hesitated. They had never treated a dragon, and the storm intensified, drenching her trembling body as she struggled to move. Caria should have been surrounded by help. But instead, she was alone. Rhys didn't think. He moved. He ran. Down the stairs so fast, his prosthetic legs sparked on the metal. By the time he reached the platform, Caria was trying again to drag herself, her claws scraping helplessly. "Stop! Stop moving!" Rhys said, voice sharp but steady. Her luminous silver eyes lifted toward him, full of panic and humiliation. "A human," she whispered. "You should step back. I am broken, dangerous." "You're in pain," Rhys said. "That's all you are right now." The dragon flinched, not from pain but from the unfamiliar gentleness. Lightning flashed. Wind roared, and Caria's breath hitched again. "Don't leave me," she whispered. "Not like this, please!" Rhys didn't leave. He knelt beside her enormous head, ignoring the yelling guards. "We need to get you inside," he said. "You're freezing, and those wings—" "They are dead," she murmured, "as I soon may be." Rhys set his jaw. "Not on my watch." It took 5 agonizing minutes before she trusted him enough to move. Her body was enormous, 20 meters, from snout to tail. But she listened to every instruction, every breath Rhys gave her. He guided her head into the medical hangar, then her shoulders, then her broken wings, which dragged like torn banners. Each movement made her gasp. Each gasp made Rhys move faster. And when they finally got her inside, when she collapsed onto the padded floor with a groan that shook the walls, her huge silver eyes turned toward him again. "You are not afraid of me," she whispered. "I've fought dragons," Rhys replied, "and I've befriended them too." Her eyes softened. "Not many humans would help a crippled dragon," she murmured. "I'm not many humans," Rhys said quietly. Lightning flashed again, outlining the scars on his face. Scars Caria saw now for the first time. "You are wounded too," she murmured. "Inside and out." Rhys didn't deny it. The medics arrived, rushing toward her with scanners and tools. But the moment they approached her crushed wings, Caria recoiled with a hiss of pain. "Stop!" Rhys barked. The medics froze. He turned to Caria. "I need your permission. Let us help." She trembled. "I cannot feel my legs," she whispered. "Or my wings." "That's why I have to act now," Rhys said softly. "We might still save the feeling." Her chest rose and fell rapidly, panic edging toward collapse. So Rhys did something unthinkable. He placed his hand against her snout. Her breath halted. No human had willingly touched her before, not like this, not gently. "You're safe," Rhys said softly. "I'm right here. I won't let them hurt you." Slowly, so slowly. Carrier lowered her head and exhaled, a warm gust washing over him. "You may proceed," she whispered. The medics moved in carefully. Rhys stayed at her side. He didn't move for hours. By the time the storm passed, Carrier had been stabilized. Her wings were bound, her nerves treated, her breathing calm. But she was still paralyzed from the waist down. When she finally woke, Rhys was still there, sitting on a crate, arms crossed, exhaustion heavy in his eyes. "You stayed," she murmured. "I said I would." She blinked slowly. "Why?" Rhys hesitated. Because he knew what paralysis felt like. Because he'd once lain helpless on a battlefield, bleeding, terrified, half-conscious, waiting for someone, anyone, to save him. And no one came. But he didn't say that. Instead, he said simply, "Because you needed me." Carrier swallowed hard, her throat tightening. "You risked yourself for a dragon you do not even know." "I know you now," Rhys said. "That's enough." For a long moment, Carrier stared at him. Really stared. As if seeing a soul instead of a man. "Then, I must return to my people," she said. "But I cannot move, I cannot fly." "Then I'll take you." Her eyes widened. "You would carry me?" "I've carried soldiers twice my size," Rhys said with a faint smirk. "I think I can handle one Dragon Diplomat." She gave a shaky, surprised laugh. "You are either brave or foolish. Both, usually. It took engineering equipment, pulleys, hoverlift platforms, and Rhys's own strength. But by the next day, Carrier was secured gently to a reinforced transport craft. Rhys climbed into the cockpit. Carrier's voice echoed softly through the comms. "Human, Rhys, if I never walk or fly again, my career, my life, it will all be over." Rhys didn't start the engines yet. "Hey," he said gently. "I've seen warriors lose limbs, wings, whole futures. But your mind is stronger than any body." She swallowed hard. "Do you truly believe that?" He smiled. "Yeah, I do." Silence. "Then, will you stay with me until I recover?" Rhys blinked. Dragonkind did not ask for companionship. Ever. "Yeah," he said softly. "I'll stay." The engines hummed to life, the transport lifted into the sky, and for the first time since her crash, Carrier didn't feel afraid. Because she wasn't alone. Because a human veteran had chosen her. Without fear, without hesitation, without expecting anything in return. Because someone finally saw her, not as a weapon, but as a person worth saving. As the craft rose above the clouds, Carrier exhaled a warm breath that filled the cabin speakers. "Rhys, thank you." And Rhys, gripping the controls as stars opened above them, answered quietly, "You don't need to thank me. You just need to heal, and I'll be right here when you do." The dragon closed her eyes, her heartbeat slowed, and for the first time since the crash, she rested, safe, protected, and no longer alone.